Hi everybody, and a very warm welcome to Susannah's Kitchen, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. And thank you for choosing to click on this video. So we make everything in the Ninja Foodi here, and Christmas is no exception. Of course, I don't expect you to be making a whole Christmas dinner for like 10 people using just one Ninja Foodi, but these recipes aren't just for Christmas Day. These recipes are for the full festive season. So I've got you covered with everything from party nibbles, starters, main courses, desserts, drinks. I've got the full works going on this December, so I really hope you enjoy these videos. Don't forget to give me a like below and subscribe to my channel as well. So today's recipe is an exclusive cookbook recipe. I've got a brand new Christmas cookbook that I have just released over on my website, which is www.susannahskitchen.uk. So go over there and grab yourself a copy. Now you don't need to worry about saving this video for today's recipe because there'll be a QR code in the cookbook which will link back if you do want to watch the recipe video again. And all my recipes are super achievable and of course really delicious. So I hope you enjoyed today's Ninja Foodi recipe. Let's go and start cooking. To start making my beautiful Christmas trifle, you're going to need a trifle bowl of some sort. This one is particularly nice for this type of dish. Now, I have made a Madeira cake and the recipe is in my Christmas cookbook. So this is another exclusive recipe to the Christmas cookbook. Madeira cake is so easy. It's got almond in it. It's got some vanilla in it, but basically it is quite a plain cake, but that is perfect for this type of recipe. So I have made a big cake, Madeira cake, and then what I've done is cut that into cubes like this, around 2 centimetre-ish, doesn't have to be too exact. And that is going to go and sit in the bottom of my trifle dish. That is my first layer that's going in. Of course, you're not going to make a cake and it be perfectly 450 grams. The nice thing is you get some leftovers, so I'm going to be using those separately. Just move this forward so you can see a little bit better. All we want to do is add our cubes into the bottom. The only reason that I cube it is just because then it's just easier to fit all the little pieces in, and we want to create a layer. So squish it in the best you can and get a beautiful cake layer in the bottom here. Now obviously this is a Ninja recipe because we use the Ninja to create the cake to start with. If you haven't got time and you don't want to do that and you still want to make the recipe, then, you know, a shop bought cake will do the job as well. Now we're going to start making the custard whilst that is setting in the fridge. So I'm going to need 85 grams of caster sugar, and then you want to use some full fat milk for this. So let's pour in the milk. We're going to be heating this in the Ninja. Again, you can do this on the hob if you do prefer to do it that way. And I'm going to add some vanilla in here as well. So heat this, but don't let it boil. Now I've got a large bowl here and I want to whisk together sugar, egg yolks and corn flour until smooth. So I'm just measuring in my sugar again. So now I'm just adding the egg yolks in and give this a whisk together until this is smooth. My milk mixture is lovely and warm now, but I've not boiled it, so just make sure that you don't do that. I'm going to pour in around half of this and I'm just going to keep stirring. Just whisk that in. And now that we're sure that we are lump free and it's nice and smooth, oh, that smells beautiful. You can then slowly incorporate the rest of this. And then all we do is add that back into our pot, back onto Sear and Sauté on the Ninja. You want to continuously stir this and it will then start to thicken. Once it starts to thicken, you need to remove it straight away from the Ninja, the whole pot, because there'll be a lot of heat in there, and obviously it could just burn and get too thick and not nice. So let's do a quick swap into your Ninja pot. And I'm going to go and thicken that on the heat. So this very quickly becomes like a thick custard. Look at that. It's beautiful consistency. And as that cools as well, it will firm up even more. So put that to one side. Let's use my spatula and scrape that out. I want to put that into a bowl. And I'm going to allow this to cool. I'm going to put some cling film over the top. Oh my goodness, this smells incredible, this custard. Homemade custard really is the best, isn't it? And this is actually quite fun and enjoyable. I'm actually really liking making this, and it's going to look really effective as well. There's just lots of elements to this. It makes it seem tricky, but as long as you're patient and do one bit at a time, it's all good. You know, and when it's that cold, wet, miserable day that we get in December, this is just a nice thing to make, really, isn't it? So, cling film over the top. Whoops. And just push that down over the top of the custard, like that. And now just leave that to cool. Once your jelly is set enough, can have a little bit of a wobble still, that is absolutely fine. We then want to spoon on our custard. Now the custard will have got really thick, but that is absolutely fine. So just spoon this on, and we're creating a layer here over the top of our jelly. This custard smells so incredible. Homemade custard is the absolute best. That vanilla running through it is really, really nice. And there's plenty of it as well. So you want to start smoothing that over, and you want to make sure it goes right to the edge, because that stops any bleed whatsoever, which you shouldn't get anyway, because this is nicely set. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous dessert. This is going to be a real winner, and creating those layers is so, so nice. So I've got a little bit more custard left, and we might as well use as much as possible, because this is going to serve loads of people, and then back in the fridge to set for probably another hour-ish, I would say. And then we can go on with the jelly and fruit on top. Now, with the custard being pretty firm and set after being in the fridge for around an hour, our jelly has been in there as well. The best way to do this is to kind of spoon this over the top. Now the jelly is quite light, so it's not going to go through that custard. So just be gentle as you go, and be patient, as we have with every single part of this trifle. And we can add some of our fruit. So I've got here strawberries and raspberries. So once your trifle is all set, look at the wobble on that jelly that we have got. The fruit is all in there beautifully. We're now ready to top it with our cream. So I've whipped up my cream, and now I'm going to spoon that over the top. Look at this. Beautiful peaks of cream. I've sweetened it slightly, and I've also added some vanilla in there as well. There's no right or wrong when topping this. You do it however you wish. And now I just add my fruit on the top. So I've got a mixture of blueberries, raspberries, and also some strawberries as well. Here's my Christmas trifle We've got a little dusting of icing sugar just over the top there. And we've got all of those beautiful layers. This really is a showstopper for Christmas.